Hello and welcome to the end of our France campaign. This is going to be our kind of epilogue and roundup episode where we're then going to run the game for 100 years and see what happens. See whether Francia holds together or whether it collapses into nothingness. I'm predicting we'll probably expand a little bit, but you know, we'll have to wait and see what the AI does. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to have a little look through map modes, have a look through our dynasty, and basically just see what kind of weird stuff has happened that we didn't notice. So, let's start with the obvious stuff. Duchies won't have had anything happen. Kingdoms, I'm assuming, will be much the same as usual. Now, empires have changed. So the major change in empires is, one, the Mongol Empire has all of this, which is a major change. So that's all de jure. The Latin Empire is de jure in here. Francia exists. Now, Italy will de jure drift in 92 years. Sicily will de jure drift and Romania will de jure drift in 92 years. And Sardinia will do it in 88 years. So there is a chance that all of this becomes de jure part of the Empire of Francia within the next 100. And then Castile is 86 years. So yeah, there is a chance that all of this becomes de jure part of Francia. The Ayyubids over here, they are currently integrating Armenia. Okay, so there's a chance that that becomes part of their empire, de jure. So by de jure, we're meaning like it's rightfully part of their empire. So, cool. I guess the next one after that would be, just to make sure that we're doing everything, there's hegemonies. Alright, well, that was an exciting map mode. Religion! We'll do this side first. Also, I can close this now. So this side, fairly straightforward. It's Catholic, it's Orthodox, although it's not as Orthodox as it usually is. Then, you see that the bits that are normally Orthodox over here have started to convert, and then when we head over to this side of the map, we go, what has happened here? Basically, this is the Mongol Empire, this is infighting in China, and this is normal India. I think that's mostly what's happened. But yeah, it's absolute chaos. It's crazy. So we're going to turn off that map mode. Cultures. There's a lot more French culture than there usually is. I assume absolutely everything else is exactly the same. Yeah, it all looks pretty much the same. The AI is really bad at converting culture. And I think I know the reason why. We worked this out a while ago because it got better. And part of the reason, I think, is that this takes so long. So because this takes like 10 years, if the AI at any point decides to switch, well, all of a sudden, you don't have any progress in it, and it just disappears. Actually, it's not going to take 10 years. It's actually going to take, let's have a look here. Well, no, apparently it will take 10 years in some of these. But yeah, say it takes 10 years. The AI constantly switches off of it into something else. Like if a steward dies, it could switch off of it or whatever. And that doesn't happen as much with your with religion, because if we look at how long it takes to convert a county, it takes like 3 years, right? So that's my theory for why the AI is so much better at converting religion than converting culture. There may also be like a weighting that they're more likely to try and convert religion than culture, but yeah, that's my theory. And my theory for why they got better at it is that they reduced the amount of time it took to promote culture, which therefore meant that they were doing it more often. That's my theory. No actual facts to back it up, but, you know, apart from observational. But there you go, most of the culture's the same, apart from the bits that are now Mongol. So, there you go. I think we might be saying that quite a lot. Houses! So we have our house, and we have the Mongols, and the Ayyubids. Plantagenets still exist. We have AlpaxLP over here. Okay. But if we do this, we can see something more interesting. So we have our spin-off house there, and then a lot of these ones are actually like this one's a spin-off house of ours. All over the place. So yeah. Kinda cool. Kinda cool. Anyway, not a lot we can really look at there. Next, development. Kinda interesting, but all this basically shows you is the start date. Mongols here, reduced development to 0, therefore no development. Big development centers in Paris, Rome, Constantinople, wherever this is. Like, what have we got over? Actually, is this? Yeah, I guess this just has naturally high development for some reason. Why has it got so much development? Major disease recovery plus a bunch of bonuses. I guess this one just happens to have higher development for now. And then, yeah, this side of China. So, basically, developments in all the major development centers that it's always in. So, there you go. Next, this doesn't really matter, but we'll click on it just so you can see it. Economy. Now, economy, we're doing pretty well within France here. We got 35. Can we find one that's better than 35? How about Rome? 23. This is 42. Yeah, so Constantinople's still the best there. This one's glowing a lot. Why is this one glowing so? I guess because it's got so many... Ah, I see what it's doing. It's adding together all the things in the county. So actually, if you look at it, because there's so many things in the county making a little bit of money, this one actually makes a ton of money. Yeah, yeah. That makes a level of sense. And then, yeah, pretty much nowhere else is making like huge amounts of money. It's all kind of being made over here right now. And that'll be because of the Mongols and the fact that China kind of didn't really stay together and the Mongols attacked them. So, yeah, essentially, it's the same thing, just described in a different map mode. I guess we can do this. It doesn't really do anything now. Yeah, we have a truce with them and we have an alliance with these guys. Cool. Don't need counties. Governments. Feudal. 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 Clan. Celestial. That's all normal. And, oh yeah, the Mongols. Again, it's kind of what happens. Languages. Now, this one's probably more interesting. So, the old Vulgar is spread everywhere. So, obviously, it's ours, so it's going to spread. I don't think you can go to the... Yeah, you can't go to the next level down on this. Over here, this is England, but England are currently run by a Norman, right? Yeah, so they've had Norman culture for a long time. So, that's why they speak our language, which makes perfect sense. Norse. Greek is spread quite a lot. Yeah. Greek is spread up here. Anything else exciting? Oh, well, look at that again. Chinese is still up here. A little bit of Japonic spreading out of Japan, but beyond that, nothing too exciting. There we go. Next, we have landless rulers. No, I don't think we're going to click on that. Blocks and confederations. Nope. Leagues. Nope. Legends, I guess we can click on just to show that our legend exists. Yeah, legends are kind of weird. They did make a change a while back to reduce the number of legends, but make them more impactful, I think. So, yeah, you can kind of see what's happened here. This is another way, by the way, I think, of just viewing this map mode. Here's the places with high economy. And then here are the places with legends. It seems kind of like just another way of the same map mode. And then these are all going to be the same thing. These are all just terrain. Wonderful. Okay, let's have a look at some more interesting stuff. Let's have a look at our house. So, our house, we have, well, our dynasty, I guess we'll have a look at. We have, where are we? 9 different houses in our dynasty. Let's sort by living members. And let's have a look. So, we have one that has no living members. What happened to this one? Dead house. I was kind of hoping I could see who was in the house, but I guess not. Oh, wait, no, that's our... Wait, it moved them around. Yeah, so nobody's in that house. Okay. Oh, founded by Count Aymar of Turin. Oh, so he founded it, and then all of his children were daughters. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Sort by living members and get it to actually sort again. Next up, we have this one. This duke currently holds it, and he holds the land which it's named after. Tilifer Kolding. It's currently Slavic. Okay, so that's up in Denmark. So it's a spin-off, I think, of the Denmark house. Toulouse currently holds Toulouse. That one's fairly recent. Actually, it's... I just realized I said fairly recent, but actually, these two weren't ahead of it. But yeah, we remember doing that one. This is one for Brittany. Okay, which is a Bulgarian house. This one is the Danish house, and it's a little bit older than the other Danish house if we have a look here. So this one is 1308 and this one's 1218. Normandy. We remember that one being created when we took Normandy and gave it to one of our brothers at the time. And then we have Savoy, which is Duke Robin of Savoy, who is our uncle currently. And then there's ours. Cool. Let's have a look at living members of our dynasty and sort by rank. So, we have us. We're in charge of Francia. Brittany underneath us. Denmark underneath us. Jerusalem not underneath us, but we are allied and it is our daughter. Okay, and she actually has a daughter of her own. Okay, cool. Daughter who's Herculean as well. Then we have Bavaria, who's underneath us. Poitiers, Slavic, Toulouse. You hold the Duchy of Savoy, Normandy, and then a whole bunch of counts. Most of them, people who now hold land underneath us. In fact, I think the only one who doesn't currently is Jerusalem, right? So, yeah, we kind of integrated a lot of the land that our family ended up getting. Okay, cool. Next, I guess we'll have a look at house relations. Yeah, house relations, we just basically ended up quarreling with a lot of people, right? We never actually, yeah, we were neutral with everyone else apart from quarreling with these two. And we're only quarreling because we declared war on them, so. Okay. Dynasty tree. So, here we are. Our oldest daughter and our... Wait, I was going to say our oldest daughter... It's actually our oldest daughter and our second oldest son are currently kings. Pierre, of course, is our player heir, so we didn't knight him. Okay. Can I have a look at some of these lines? So this line went down into this dynasty in Ireland. Okay, this one went down into Toulouse and then off into their side. There's us. Agnes went into Leon's leading house. Marie went on into Leon's current house. Jean went into de Clermont, which is, I think, just some county. Nicholas is still just kind of living life over here as the person who holds land in Breeze. Count Clotaire holds land in Sopron. This is down from Queen Borislava, who was a bastard of the house. So that's why he's got a different house, I understand. Okay. Oh, this went into... this is the one that linked back into Denmark, right? Yeah, yeah. And then... Oh, this one went back into Ireland via Beatrix. So we went into Ireland over here, somewhere. Yeah, in over that way. And then her niece ended up also marrying into Ireland. And then is the mother of the king of Alba. We have Robin, who has House Savoy. King Balin the Wicked of House Kometopoulos. Okay, cool. And then Duke Joffrey of Normandy over here. And then Alice here, who married into the Rennes. Count Guillaume. That's one thing I got from this series. I can actually say that name now consistently. Although it does still take a second to process. Yeah, so this is all that house that we looked at previously. Poitiers. Just seeing which ones we're married into. So there's Savoy. A different Savoy. You created a new dynasty, apparently. Okay. Marguerite, married into someone that we don't know about. This is the Latin Empire, and that went down into Latin Empire and Hellas. Then Count Charles went down into holding this bit of land in Clermont and Auvergne. What's this one? So this is Guillaume the Compassionate. Ah, this went down into Denmark. So this is the entire Denmark house, basically, in here. Aymar of House Turin. There was also Prince André of Denmark. She's Duchess of Toulouse went down into Aragon. And Alex here also went down into Aragon. Okay. And you went to a new dynasty. Cool. Anyway, let's head back here for a second. Where are we? So we're trying to go back to us. So here's us. Here's our father, Sigismund. His father, Arno. Yeah. Well, it says that he held the empire. Did he actually hold the Empire of Francia? I guess he must have. Yeah. I didn't realize I was holding it for that long. Oh yeah, no, it's Duchy of Aquitaine, and then he went straight to Empire in between these two generations. Alright, yeah. There's Arno the First, Duke Wulfgren. And I think that's... Unless we... No, we must have started with Guillaume. Yeah, we must have started here, Guillaume the Old. Then into Duke Wulfgren. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, interesting. And then the rest of this is historical data, which is why there's nothing in it. Yeah, and why some just go down like that, just father to son. Cool. Okay, neat. Right, let's close that. Now, that is usually where I end my looking around the map, but we have a new thing to look at. We have the ledger. Ooh. Okay, so wars. So these are ongoing wars. Is there a way to do historical wars? No, in which case I don't care. Yeah, this is current information. We're not that worried about it. Artifacts. So we have the rarest artifact. Is there anything that's more interesting? Kills. This one has this artifact has the most kills. Currently held by Guillaume of Sicily. The Holy Stick held by Puccia. And the Magnificent Mace held by this person. Okay. What's our current sword called? Oh, it's called the Prize Bow. Yeah, is it on the list? No, I don't think it is. Oh, wait, these are the only ones that actually have kills. I just realized that this is a 1. And these are 2. Yeah, so I guess very low kills. Maybe it only counts if it's done via, like a duel, of which there's probably very few. Yeah, and the rest don't really matter there. Characters? Okay. Most gold is currently this guy of the Mongol Empire, who holds 138,000 gold. That's insanity. Making 13 gold per month has 138,000 gold. I guess he has nothing to spend it on, but still. It's insanity. Okay. We have 57,000. And then the second is like this random person from a holy order who has 57,000 gold. But a lot of holy orders are there. So holy order, holy order, holy order. And then the next person who isn't a holy order is this guy. Who is just a person who runs a family? Oh. How did you get so much money? Parent was the previous Huang Di. Alright, he inherited it. Well, that makes sense. Total income. Now, total income, we're coming out on top. Because we actually have an income, unlike the Mongol Empire. We're first. Followed by these guys who are making... Wait, making 18 a month? Excuse me, this didn't sort correctly. Yeah, why is this guy second? He doesn't have the highest... Oh, I guess it's doing it... Oh, it's purely income, not profit. Yeah. So he's got 300, and then you've got 400. Nope, no, it's not income. Yeah, this isn't sorted properly. See, I thought originally it was income, because we're at 800, they're at 300, and then he's at 400. But no, that's not right. This is just wrong. This whole thing is wrong. Next person, 153. Next person, 171. Yeah, it doesn't add up no matter how you look at it. This person's at a negative, but he's got income. But, okay, yeah, so this is wrong. Realm size. We have the largest realm. Yeah, followed by the Ayyubids, followed by the Mongol Empire, followed by Japan. Oh, right, that explains why that speaks Japan. Sorry, Japonic, because it's up here. Ah, okay, so they did expand. And then it's the Huangdi of Cheng over here. Alright, cool. Buildings? What's exciting about buildings? Is that just who has the most buildings? We have the most buildings. You'll notice that this is roughly the same as the previous list. Why? Because you get buildings based upon, like, if you hold land, you can put buildings on land. Okay. Development. What does this even mean? Average development across all counties of the realm. Your average development is 88. Is it now? Your average development is 88, is it? Alright, let's have a look. No, it's correct. His average development is 88. Okay, cool. Ours is going to be pretty low because on an average, we have a couple of things dropping it down to 12. Yeah. Also, we're kind of in the 40s generally. Cool. Right. Yeah, we're not even close to being on this list. Treasury? Well, we won't be on this list because we don't have a treasury, but unsurprised, would it surprise you to know that it's all in China? Because they're the places that have treasury? I know. Shocking. And treasury balance is also over there. What happens if I do this? Oh, okay, so this is about income. Let's have a look at this one. Strong. So most commander traits are these guys. I see. Yeah, I was trying to see if any looked like they were in my lands. I don't know if any do. But most, like, I guess you're at 4, but then when you get down to here, some of them only have 3, so like, that's not really going to be a lot. Soldiers? So most soldiers are apparently these guys, but I would really like to know how it's calculating that. Because that says that they have 35,000, but we have 91,000, so I don't really know how it calculated most soldiers. Ooh, I suspect it's just wrong. Yeah, wrong I think would be the correct one. Maybe it's counting all soldiers in the entire realm, as in like them and their vassals? Maybe? But anyway. Men-at-Arms. Oh, look at that. We're top at Men-at-Arms. I see. Second is the Latin Empire, though, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. And then there's Denmark down here. So in a way, we've got kind of like us plus 2 successors to our realm, which is kind of cool. Knights. Yeah, we have the most knights. It's just by number, right? It's not by strength. Yeah. So obviously we have the most knights. We worked for that. We have 32. Knight effectiveness. We're also highest because we also worked for that. So we have all these bonuses. Yeah. Prisoners. It doesn't really matter. It's the Mongols. They raid. Basically, this is a list. Well, the top one is person who raids, followed by person who recently declared war. Okay, exciting. Dread. It's this person in Henan. And then herd, well, it's going to be the Mongol Empire because herds are unique to, what's it called? To nomads. Famed. What have we got in here? Most fame. Who has the highest level of fame? This guy. Followed by us. We have the same level of fame. Yeah. Okay. And then followed by Jerusalem because they got a bunch of prestige for getting Jerusalem. Cool. Prestige? Jerusalem's at the top because they got a bunch of prestige for getting Jerusalem, which is also why they're famed. Prestige gain. That's not sorted by anything. I think. Oh, there we go. It's kind of sorted, sort of. In 29 per month. Okay. Cool. Level of devotion. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people at the max level. Oh, wait. Actually, never mind. Of course, they're all going to be down here because it's Mandala, which gives you higher levels of... You can literally get to a higher level of devotion. Piety. It's also going to be Mandala. Piety gain. It's also Mandala. I don't think it's sorted, but it's also Mandala. Legitimacy. This is just a bunch of people sitting at max legitimacy, although actually it's only 5. These are the 5 of us. Cool. Level of influence. That's only going to be for bureaucratic realms, so there you go. We'll go for influence gain as well, although... Oh, I was going to say it didn't sort, but there you go. There it did. It sorted. Merit. I mean, that's an even more specific bureaucratic one. That's over here. Merit gain. It still doesn't seem to be sorting, but maybe it is. Oh no, there you go. Now it's sorted. Cool. Radiance. Which I think is a unique mechanic to down here. Yeah, unique mechanic to those religions down there. Then dominance. That's nomadic, so it's going to be the Mongol Empire. Cool. Right. Houses. Most rulers. Well, as these houses. So we're actually not on the list anywhere. We're somewhere down here, like way down here, I think. But that's okay. We'll get up there with other things. But currently the Ayubids have the most. Living members. Again, it's kind of the same thing. Dead members. These guys have more dead members than the Ayubids. I don't know if that's something for them to be proud of, but anyway. Also, the Yamato and Koki have a lot, but I don't know whether that's just because they have historical data. So therefore, they have a huge historical line of dead members. Foundation date, that's just who's the oldest. And they're all going to be the same date, so for the oldest, that's fine. Counties? Most counties? It's the Ayubids again. Oh, but we're on the list for counties. We're definitely there somewhere. We're at 17, controlled by the house. Okay, that's directly. Soldiers? The Ayubids are there. We're also up there somewhere. That actually seems to be calculating somewhat correctly. Cool. Dynasty legacies. It's the Mongols, followed by Japan, apparently. Just like all of it. Level of splendor. Okay, well that'll be the Mongols, but level of splendor is kind of like the same as the previous one. It's kind of the same as Dynasty Legacies, because the way you get a higher level of splendor is you get renown. And renown lets you buy the legacies, although Japan for some reason is not quite as high on this one, although they're all kind of in the same tier there. It's just that some of them jumped up here, so cool. Although I guess that, yeah, it's probably, this is at dynasty level, not at house level, so that might be the reason. Like, these might be spin-offs of the House Rurikid. Yeah, let's see. These are all Rurikid. Yeah, so that's why they're up there. Okay, cool. Renown gain. There we go. That looks like... Oh, it's a bunch of the Mongol ones. Yeah, yeah. Because this is at dynasty level, but for some reason it's at house level here. Doesn't make any sense. Unity is only for clans, I think, so... And potentially Japan? No, it's just for clans. Never mind. Okay. And then house attribute. Like, that doesn't really matter, but there you go. That's house attribute, which I guess is going to be highest for China, maybe, unless... I think that Japan also get it, and as does Mandala, but they're, like... Some of them can go to higher levels than others. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Holdings! Most tax? It's, Constantinople. And we're on the list. Cool. Loot. But should be the same. Pretty much, except apparently, Paris disappears off the list. Levies? Yamashiro is well up there here. Okay. Yeah, we'll skip some of these because some of these are not actually relevant at all. Development. Okay, so they're the 88 ones we saw earlier. Then Byzantines, and then... Yeah, we're somewhere down in the 60s, I think, for like our best one. A lot of Byzantine lands there. And then the others don't matter because they're current stuff. Counties. This is the same? Well, actually no, most tax goes to Ile-de-France here, then Roma, then China. Okay, total levies goes to Kairouan. Okay. Development? Yeah, Byzantines are second on that one, apparently. Because I guess the others are holdings within a county, and then this is the whole county, so it's actually there's one county at 88, it just has a bunch of holdings. Okay. Cool. And that'll do on that one. Titles. most counties. That's just who's biggest, I guess. But it's including, like, Swabia, who's our... Oh, it's at duchy level, I see. So you can do duchy kingdoms. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Let's do religions. So Catholics are the biggest right now, followed by Arianism, and then Maturidism. Okay, cool. Tengri, obviously very high up. Wonder what could have caused that. Anything in here? What's county change? Due to conversions. Like in general, or... I guess in general, since the game start, maybe? Adherence? There's a number of people who are actually following the religion. So, Ashariism has a lot more... Maturidism has a lot more counties, but not actually that many people who are actually following the religion compared to others. It's dropped down a little bit. Rulers? It's kind of the same thing as counties, I guess, in a way. Sinners, virtuous, holy wars, total soldiers? Yeah, roughly the same thing. Cultures! Han, Mongol, Greek, Yamato. French is down here at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the list. We got in. Anything in here that's actually worth looking at? I am kind of skipping through these more and more as we go through them. Rulers? Yeah, okay. And then known killers. Who's top of the kill sheet? Is this must just be only alive as well. Yeah. So West Riding is currently the top. Then Tuck. Then King Guillaume of Sicily, who's my vassal. Okay. Well, the thing is, it's only got them at like 5 kills, so it doesn't include their kills as a knight. So the list is useless. Wonderful. Cool. Well, now that we've done all of that, I think it's time for us to do our skip forward 100 years thing. So, what we do for this is we switch into observation mode. So, observe. We skip forward 100 years. So we're aiming for, like, August 16th, 1428. So, I will meet you back then. Let's go. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I thought it might do, but we are 100 years in the future, and, well, things have changed. A lot of things. I was following it for like the first 30 years, and not a lot changed, so I went away for a little bit, came back, and my god, we got the Arabian Empire over here, we got the Holy Roman Empire, we got, like, Jerusalem. Things have really changed. I'm forgetting how to do this. I think I switch character and then I click on you and then, oh, that's a good sign. Still our dynasty. Robin is interesting as a name because, oh, also, that's a new culture. Interesting. Okay, let's start. Okay, so let's have a look here. So, what was this? My estate. You converted to administrative on my watch. That's shocking. They're also attacking the Byzantine Empire, which exists again. I hadn't fully clocked that. It exists again. In the Holy Roman de Jure War. Which is for what? I actually don't entirely know what it's for. It might be for the whole thing. Okay. Crazy. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that. So we're an administrative empire. So let's just have a little look here. Title... Wait, no. Get out of here. Oh, wait a second. What happened to the Empire of Francia? Oh, because they recreated the Holy Roman Empire, it deleted the Empire of Francia. That's so funny. And that did become de jure part of it. But Italia didn't, because Italia doesn't become part of the Holy Roman Empire. Or at least not de jure. That's wild. Okay, anyway, back to here. So, where did we even start? Wait, no, because this is the Holy Roman Empire stuff, right? There's like a 60-year gap. And then Adhemar created it. Whoever the hell Adhemar is. Our father, apparently. Who was also a conqueror, which must mean he's a grandchild of Pierre. Yeah, wait. Grandchild of Pierre? Is that right? That's great-grandfather. Wait, no, that's my great-grandfather. That's his grandparent. And his other grandparent was the Queen of Portugal. Okay, let's go to... Province of Aquitaine's title history? Okay. So let's start here. So we had Sigismund, Pierre, followed by Pierre II. So we didn't play as this Pierre. We played as this Pierre. I think. Yeah, I think we played as this Pierre. That would make a lot of sense to me. Then, who was in charge of Francia? Then we had Pierre II, who I don't think we played as, because we didn't play as somebody who had 4 traits, who managed to become excommunicated and a drunkard. Yeah, this wasn't us. Then Adhemar took over. So he inherited it, and then this guy was appointed. But that must mean he won the election for it. Like, well... Wait, appointed in charge of Aquitaine. I guess once he created the Holy Roman Empire, it appointed him, and therefore he got appointed to its titles. So he created it. Also, fatal thing, fragile bones, old age, and now it's Robin. Okay, so it seems to have followed down the line, right, from father to son, mostly. So I went Pierre to Pierre II, who was our child. Then it went to Adhemar, who is the grandchild of Pierre. So it skipped this Pierre, who would have been Pierre III, and then went straight to Adhemar. Oh, okay, I see. And then it went, okay. So it didn't, effectively went father to son. It just skipped the people who died. Okay. And he's got handsome and robust, and his heir is another Adhemar, who's got hale, comely, and genius. Okay, it happened, just not in our original 100 years. Also, my god, look at what the AI was doing. Scheming, 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 scheming. Non-stop scheming. Also, they got stuff on the Great Steppe, which I guess means we must hold land in the Great Steppe somewhere. Oh yeah, over here. So that's steppe land. Also, the Mongol Empire expanded, and the Arabian Empire got this land. So this is all part of this kingdom. I was assuming it was going to be a singular kingdom. What happened to this? It got conquered by the Mongol Empire, and then they conquered it in a holy war. I see. So where is this kingdom? So this is its de jure land? They must have... How did they conquer it? I don't know. They must have just declared war, I guess. Okay, weird. Anyway, for some reason they declared war and they got it. Also, Japan, it's having a few issues. Anyway, back to the Holy Roman Empire. We also hold bits of Alba and things. I did notice we went in and attacked Sweden at some point. Can we see what happened with that? Conquered by claimant. Ah, there you go. He just had a claim on Sweden. Well, that makes sense. And then Norway doesn't exist. Do we have Norway? Nope, Norway just doesn't exist. We just got rid of that. I see. Okay, and then we conquered some more of down here. But I think that was just conquering. Although, actually, we lost some of Portugal, and it went to Ireland, which is now Wales and England. Okay, crazy. We also got Bulgaria at some point. What happened with that? When did we do it? It was like 13 something. Appointed, conquered by claimant. There you go. So this guy conquered it as claimant and then inherited via abdication. Okay, and then at some point got this one. Lots of inherited and installed by faction demands. Okay. But it doesn't actually exist. Rum doesn't exist. How about this one? How about you? Created, destroyed, created... Okay, there was lots of creating and destroying by this guy, apparently. Okay, sure. Very interesting. Also, good opportunity. Yeah, I already know. I just want to click this. Why can you not click the skip button? I already know. I know more than you do. Right. Get out of here. I understand. Oh, also the capital's changed. Okay, I need to open the Provincial Armies tab, wherever that is. Oh, it's in here. There we go. Right. Begone, tutorials. Treasury. Yes, thank you. Skip lesson. Why is that not an option on every single lesson? Also, we have 355,000 gold and 146,000 treasury. Crazy. What decisions do we have, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Adopt feudal ways. Restore the Roman Empire. Pretty, a long way along that one, actually. Huge long way along that one. Dismantle the Greek pretenders. We need to hold more of this land. Okay. Fair enough. And submit to the Great Khan. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Right. Cool. Well, I guess it's time to have a look at some things. Let's start with religion. There's a lot more Catholic and a lot less Orthodox. This is still chaos. In fact, it's more chaos than it used to be. I think something's happened to the Mongol Empire. Still nomadic, though, but something's happened. Cultures? Oh, yes, we have a new culture. I forgot. Merged between French and Franconian. Ah, okay. So they merged French with something else. Did we ever get... no, actually, look at this. We never actually got the one that we went for. We never got for... maybe French got it? Wait, French didn't even get the one that we put stuff towards. The martial... Or the... I'll find it again. Warriors by merit. That was it. Warriors by merit. Yeah, French never got warriors by merit. They got cancelled. I think they got agrarian instead. Alright. Sure. So apart from that, what happens? So yeah, there's not really very much French anymore. There's the Scoto-Irish up there. A lot of Mongol. Yeah. Cool. 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 Let's have a look at houses. So, very familiar ones. Oh yes, they are now the Talifer Gaza here. And they've been doing pretty well. King Valoran, who is still French, by the way. This is still French owned land. Very cool. Who are they at war with? Defending an Arabian de jure war. Oh, that's not good for them. Although they are winning, so maybe it's good for them. So yeah, it looks like Jerusalem used their alliance with the Holy Roman Empire to basically just, or France at the time, to basically just take this land. I'm assuming, anyway. Let's pick a random piece of land here. Yeah, he created it. Well, actually, he created it, so it must have been not that long ago. How about Arabia? Well, apparently they still have it, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how they got the land, to be honest, but anyway, there must have been a holy war. That's my only assumption. Right, so houses. And zoom in, see if we can spot anything obvious. I don't think we will, but there you go. House Wallace is kind of interesting. Fitz Beatrice, which means that is no longer Plantagenets. What happened to the Plantagenets? They disappeared. Conquered by populist revolt, and then it just disappeared. Are they still around? No living members of House Plantagenet. Any living members of the dynasty? No, it's completely wiped out. Wow. Kings of England completely wiped out in 60 years. Or 80 years, sorry. From when we last saw them. Development? I mean, it's not very shocking that there's development over here. There's development here. What's happening right in Bohemia? Why does this have so much development? Is it development 100? Why? What's happening? It has a lot of bonuses. I guess because it was rich, and they had a lot of bonuses that just, you know, skyrocketed into them having a ton of development. I don't know, maybe there was a plague at some point. It didn't really affect them. I don't know. I'm assuming that that's happened, although we never saw it, necessarily. County control, don't care. Economy. Yeah, it's kind of exactly the same, I would say. Yeah. Languages. High German is now the main language over here. We don't even speak French anymore. Or Diol Vulgar, which is now only spoken over here. And it's Anglic over here. Apart from this bit, this speaks Diol Vulgar. What's that? This Finland speaks it. Oh, okay. And now Arabic is spoken up here instead of Japanese. That's crazy. Governments? Yeah, administrative and feudal mix over here. Nomadic. Clan is spread all over. Mandala's got a little bit more of a hold. Yeah, and then Soryo over here. Okay. There's, yeah, it should still be China. Legends. The heirs of Charlemagne. That's a cool name for a legend. Anyway. Plagues. It's a little plague, but I don't think it's going to show us. Well, actually, can we see historical plagues and plagues? How do I even see plagues? Here? Plagues. No, you can't see historic plagues. Okay. That's fine then. Blocks, don't care. Landless, don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Right, let's do Ledger next, because it's unlikely to crash. What do we actually care? I think I like characters. Who has... Well, actually, I don't know if I really like characters, actually. What does most dominant even mean? I'm not entirely sure what it means in this context. Houses? I guess, yeah, most rulers is kind of interesting. How about living members? I mean, it's always going to be clan, because they don't tend to split into cadet branches, right? Soldiers? Hey, we're up there. We're number 2. Although we don't think it's correct, but anyway. Level of Splendor? Eh, we're up there somewhere. Anything else that's actually interesting? Titles? Most... total levies? Suavia. Yeah, so it's like lower tier titles. Okay, I think that's probably all we need to look at there. And then... let's have a little look here. So, there's 31 houses instead of 9. Let's go for house military strength. Yeah, so it's us, Denmark, Jerusalem, Auvergne, Aegean, Brittany. So it's like us and Jerusalem are the 2 independents, and then the rest are just people underneath us, basically. Okay. 281 living members. Also, we now... Yeah, we have a house rating and other such things. our rank. So it's us, Jerusalem, Denmark, Anatolia, and then we don't actually have a lot of kingdoms after that. We've got some places in like Oman, but I assume that that must be land given away by, yeah, by the Jerusalem side of things. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah, some of these people are in charge of holy orders, which is kind of neat. I don't see anything too crazy in the list. It's kind of what you would expect on this one. Right. And now the bit where the game might crash. Didn't crash. Okay. So this is just to give you an idea of scale. So we have Robin, who links back to Adamar. What if we go over here? This is the Aegean Islands. Okay. Then jump back to Pierre II. And then all the way over here is Pierre I, who we actually played as. And then Sigismund. If we go back, that's Arnaud. And then there's Arnaud the Lame. Wulgrin. And that must be where we started. So this is our dynasty. Absolutely massive dynasty. Huge. Spreading basically just all over the Holy Roman Empire. Weirdly, didn't spread very much outside of it, but that might be because I went and conquered them as the last thing that we did, so yeah. Maybe that explains it. It keeps going all the way over here. Also, weirdly, not as cyclical as some of the other ones. By that I'm meaning that usually when you get dynasties this large, what's happened is someone's married someone else's cousin and then it links back into itself and into itself and into itself. But actually it seems to have not done that much this time. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So it turns out our realm would actually hold together. Let me just have a quick look at military, by the way. Yeah, this is all messed up now. Wait, did they get rid of my yeah, they got rid of my retinue lancers. What? Okay. Oh wait, no, they're in here. Never mind. What is it? You got step riders? Okay. And house guard? Yeah, an armored footman. Okay, they hated whatever we had. We had pikemen, I think, and crossbowmen, which they got rid of. Oh, and they got rid of one of our bombards. Okay. Interesting. Also, so we have the Sword of Jesus. Wait, when did this happen? 1333, which is a mix of three things. Knight of Wines exists, Knight of Lances, Knight of Tourneys, Knight of Swords has disappeared into nothingness as well. Like, we don't even have access to this one. Why don't we have access to it? We should do, right? Because we have the innovation. Unless we went backwards in innovations? No, we have innovations. I mean, maybe administrative empires just don't have access to it. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Weird. Maybe you have to be hegemony to get access to it as an empire. I have no idea why. Oh, wait, listen. Oh, administrative, -1. There you go. Maybe you do have to be a hegemony to get an extra +1. Okay. Cool. Cool. Also, accolade limit 4. +2, +2, +1, -1. But one of these must be... No, that makes sense. Never mind. That makes sense. Huh. Okay. Also, monthly maintenance is huge for those, but, I mean, it's not like we didn't have enough money. Cool. Also, shout out to these guys who have almost united Africa, a task which the AI fails at miserably every single time, so that's about the closest I've seen to have truly united Africa. Although, you know, a lot of it is held by the Holy Roman Empire, so maybe that's a problem. Anyway, this is where we're going to end the episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. We do have a release date for the new DLC, which I'm very happy they released before the series ended, because it makes my life a lot easier. Which is like, what, the 30th of September? And apparently the DLC after that is going to be not that far afterwards, so we got like 3 months. I would usually say it's time for us to try out a mod, but I don't want to change the version of the game because it's stable, so I don't know what we're going to do. But what we're going to do is end the episode, and I'll think about it. It's sometime between now and I think we'll start the new series on Monday. So usual time on Monday, and we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.